it is definitely pretty funny seeing like opposing teams come in, guy gets on one, boom, thinks he hits a homer, and we're like, nope, routine fly ball.
Hey, here we go. Grayson Rodriguez of the Baltimore Orioles joining us right now. Happy offseason and happy holidays to you, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are y'all doing?
We're good. We're good. How you feeling? Because last time we talked,
Feeling
you're like,
good.
I'm good now. I'm on track. I'm good.
Yeah, feeling good. Feel like I could scrap hands with AJ right now.
Ooh, be careful what you
Uh-oh.
ask for, kid.
He's bringing
Listen,
it.
Listen,
listen.
I was gonna give you a lot of props and say, nice deer, your wife shot, and give you all these props. But now you don't want to do that. Be careful. Remember
Listen,
what happened to
listen.
you in spring training when I was around? You got taken deep like 7 times.
Whoa.
So be
Hold on.
careful.
Listen, I'm just, I'm going in to eat lunch today, walking into a restaurant, phone buzzes, see that Foul Territory has put me on their story, and I'm hearing this Florida is better than Texas. So I'm already, kind of on edge coming
Look
into
at.
this.
Can you read? Can you read?
Yeah.
Being from Texas, can you read? All right,
No,
can you read what it says?
no, I
Wow.
can't read. I'm going to need someone to read it for me. Yeah, I can read. Come on now.
We'll read it.
Yeah, don't mess with Texas, but definitely don't F word with Florida.
See?
I'll F word with Florida all I want, okay?
Will you though? Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
Does Florida have Whataburger? No. Does Florida have good
Oh, we
barbecue?
do. That's not true. I
No.
think we do now. We do.
They
Yeah,
do.
now you do.
What's even good at Whataburger? Patty
Now you
melt? Other
do.
than that,
Burgers,
not
I've
really
heard.
much.
No, dude, I go with 2 patties with jalapeno, the regular, the lettuce, tomato, all that stuff, mustard. It's phenomenal. The breakfast is a lot better. A honey butter chicken biscuit will change your life. So, is there breakfast at In-N-Out Burger? No. Do I know that? Not really. But do I care? No. So, Whataburger all day.
Let me ask you this. You know what you don't have in Texas? Jimmy's Seafood. So one
No.
time I knew this
But,
guy
hey.
he was nice to me, and I got this in the mail from a guy that used to be nice to me. Crab cakes and crab cake egg rolls from Jimmy's Seafood in Baltimore. Man, were those delicious. Like,
Hey.
I mean, that might be the richest thing I ever ate in my life.
They ship anywhere in the United States, and it is good, and it is phenomenal. So,
Scratch, you didn't get no Jimmy's Seafood, did you?
I didn't know because Grayson and I we're on the same wavelength. We know that Florida is the armpit of America.
Thank you.
It's in the shape of an armpit. I'm just saying.
No, not enough deodorant in the world to make it smell good either. So
Birds fly upside down in Florida. Nothing good enough to poop on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kratz. Did you say birds or did you say Burns? Grayson, have you sent a little gift to your former teammate who hopefully will still be your teammate next season? Because he's a free agent and I would love to see him back.
I've been talking to him a little bit. I told here. Let me read. Let me just read a text message because he'll get a kick out of this. This is kind of me. So I said, "What are you thinking?" Or does just nobody want you? And he said, "Oh, that's a good one." And I said, "Honestly, saw it coming. How are you doing?" So yeah, so it looks like nobody even wants Burns, which really didn't shock me. But so yeah, that's kind of my side of the story.
When you hear somebody else that used to play with somebody else who just signed and they didn't reach out to him, is that like foreign to you? Or are you like, how did you not reach out to somebody you want back on the team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, dude, like Burns is somebody we obviously want back on our team. So, I'm just not going to not talk to him. Even if he does sign with somebody else, still going to text him. A good example of that is, so we had Kyle Gibson 2 seasons ago. Gibby, we called him. So he was like our veteran leader on the rotation my first year in the big leagues. Obviously, he wasn't with us last year. He was in St. Louis. Still talk to him all the time because he's a phenomenal guy. So, I mean, even, when you're not playing with guys anymore, you still keep pretty close contact. So, yeah, I mean, if you kind of end the season and then don't really talk to somebody, I mean, I guess you're really not close with them. So that's kind of my take on it.
Grayson, you mean Burns didn't give you the Juan Soto new phone who dis when you text
No.
him? Like, Juan Soto changed his number, so, he couldn't talk to any of his ex-teammates. So I figure Burns might have gone and said, new phone, who dis?
No, I didn't. Surprisingly, I didn't get that from Burnsy. So, which is good. You know,
It's a good start, right?
Yeah,
we've got a
chance.
chance. We got a chance.
Saying there's a chance.
Would you do you go because I was always interested in this and do you go to the front office? Do you go to Mike Elias? Like, will you reach out to Mike Elias and say, "Hey, man, we need to get this done. Like, we can still Burnes is still sitting out there. He has no other options." I asked him, and he said he has no options except for the Orioles. So we could maybe get a deal done here, Mike, if you just reach out.
Yeah, you know, I don't really know if I'm going to be bugging Elias about that. You know, I don't admit to some people being smarter than me, but that might be one guy that knows a little bit more, from a front office side of things than me. But I mean, yeah, joking around, like pitching coaches, stuff like that. It's like, hey, come on, what are we doing? What's the word? And then, of course, they're not really going to give you a whole bunch. But I'd say, reaching out about stuff like that, it's more joking stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously you're paying attention to the news, like who's going where, who's signing. Obviously teammates are talking to each other, like, oh, it'd be cool to play with this guy. It'd be cool to play with that guy, stuff like that. So there's definitely some stuff that we talk about, but as far as talking to the front office, not really, because, that's kind of their serious space. We trust them for sure.
All right. So how excited are you that old Juan Soto's out of the American League East?
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be better not having to face him as much as we do, obviously being in the division. Yeah, his bat to ball skills are really good. Having to face him and Judge back to back was it was pretty difficult, not gonna lie. So, obviously with him going to the Mets, we're only gonna see him once, I believe. You only do the interleague stuff once. So yeah, I mean, seeing him for one series isn't gonna be bad at all. So
I got to look. I didn't even look. I figured you just dominated him. But did you have success against old Juan?
I punched him out. I know I punched him out at least once or twice. He did hit a homer off of me, though. I did. My last start before going into the All-Star break, it was a day game, nasty. It was kind of a bad day to pitch. I can't remember who threw for them, but balls were definitely leaving the ballpark. I think I gave up back-to-back homers to him and Judge.
Is that why they moved the wall in left field? Because you gave up those homers, so they want to make it easier for the other team to put homers off of you? But why did they do that? I mean, as a pitcher, you have to be like, that's when you call Mike. You're like, hey, Mike, I'm a pitcher. I need that wall back. So let's move that thing back.
Yeah, I would say obviously not a cool situation for the hitters, especially our hitters like Mountie, Westberg, Urias, like our right-handed guys that can swing the bat a little bit. But, on the starters bench in the dugout, it is definitely pretty funny seeing like opposing teams come in, guy gets on one, boom, thinks he hits a homer, and we're like, nope, routine fly ball. So, like I say, like the pitchers, we do get a kick out of it, that wall being so big. We definitely talk about it all the time, like, what would the score be in this game if the wall was a little bit closer? There is some math that definitely goes on in the dugout, which not saying we're good at math, but, sometimes we definitely do sit there and we're like, okay, well, we might have had 2 homers, it's in the 6th inning. We might have already had 2 homers. They might have had 1. You're trying to do the math and stuff. But, no, I think our guys are definitely going to like it that they're moving the wall in a little bit.
Yeah, Tyler O'Neill will like it too. New teammate. Not sure if you've spoken to him, but it's funny, several years back when they initially announced they were moving it, they're like, this will help us recruit pitchers. And then I'm like, well, now they're like, oh, let's get a bat or 2. All right, let's move the wall in. Next year we could push it back out again if we're trying to recruit someone. So anyway, What do you think about the O'Neill addition and how that affects free agents? Because obviously, aside from money, I mean, it is real. Players look at the park they're going to go to, especially on shorter term deals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from the pitching side, left-handed pitchers typically do well in Camden with the wall being so far back. I think there was a lot of lefties on visiting teams that love to come and pitch there this year. And then going to O'Neill, like, man, obviously, I think the last series we played in Fenway, dude hit a monster homer in like the ninth or extra innings. I don't know. It might have been I don't know if it was a walk off or it tied the game or what happened. But dude, it was a bomb. And yeah, and he was so hot that series against us. And then kind of going into that series at the end of the year, that definitely like kind of when he got up to bat, we were, you're kind of on edge a little bit. But having him play for us is going to be awesome. I haven't spoken to him yet, but I hit him with the follow on Instagram, and he followed me back really quick. So we're on a good note so far.
That's a good start. Who on the team? Who on the current roster? Who on the current roster is going to be most jealous of that bod? They're going to be, O'Neill's going to come in and be like, "Dang it, man! Like that dude's taking my Orioles bod award."
Yeah, dude, he's jacked. Who's going to be the most jealous? Let's see. I'd say, well, Santander's looking for a new team. He's still on the market. I would say that's probably somebody who definitely kind of likes to take that title. McCann was pretty jacked too. Like I said, don't know if he's coming back with us or not. But yeah, those two for sure. Meatheads, definitely. So
damn! It seems like y'all got a lot of people not coming back next year. You keep bringing up all these guys. We're like, man, I don't know if he's coming back. I don't know if he's coming back.
Hey, listen.
Does that make you the one?
A lot of faith. Listen, I still have a lot of faith.
Does that make you the one? Did you anoint yourself as opening day starter? That's what I want to know.
No. Where are you getting that from?
I don't know. I'm just asking. You keep saying all these people aren't coming back. So as it sits right now.
Hey, hold on. I said McCann, May, and Santander still up in the air. Listen,
Corbin. You forgot Corbin.
I say this with a lot of confidence. I think we have the best clubhouse in baseball in terms of guys getting along, good attitudes, everything that matters. I think the Orioles, we for sure have a phenomenal clubhouse. Everybody's close. So if you ask those guys, they want to stay in that clubhouse. That's for sure. That is for sure, without a doubt. They love it. Everybody that comes to Baltimore to play loves the clubhouse and everybody in there.
Yes, the reviews are always glowing, which is important. Okay, I'm going to take you to a topic that reappeared yesterday. Obviously, you've gone through an injury or two. So what did you get to see this report that the league came out with on the pitching injuries? I mean, we were on for a segment soon before you, and it's really long. I think it was expensive, and they basically said velocity, spin, and not letting the guys eat in the minor leagues is leading to more arm injuries. So I don't know if we learned anything new, but wanted to get your thoughts. It's reappeared as a topic in the past 24 hours.
So I would say that I think Scherzer said this. I think I saw Scherzer say this maybe a couple years ago, talking about how guys aren't throwing as much in the minor leagues anymore before they get to the big leagues. Obviously the inning restrictions, all that stuff. I think that has a little bit to do with it. Obviously Scherzer was saying when he was in the minor leagues, I'm not sure how long he was in the minor leagues, but he was kind of in the time where, even though he was in the minors, he's still going out there, ripping the ball, like starting, going deep into games, really didn't have a pitch count, pitch limit, innings limit, whatever you want to say. I think that might have something to do with it because obviously, in the minor leagues, it's very closely monitored. And then when you get into the big leagues, it kind of all goes away, because it's time to win instead of develop. So, yeah, I think that might have something to do with it. But in terms of preventing injury, really I'm not sure. There's people out there that know a lot more than me. All I know is that when I get the ball, I got to go out there and I got to do my best to try to win the game. And that's throw hard and spin the ball fast and all that stuff. So hopefully, we get our work done in the weight room and the training room and we stay on top of our program to keep us out there for longer. And, that's kind of really the focus. That's the focus this offseason for me. Coming into this next year is just making sure that, we really are on our stuff a little bit extra to try to prevent that.
True. Hey, by the way, can we run that video again? We just showed it was your quick highlight film from last year. It was real quick, but I got a question. This is way off the subject. I don't really care. What kind of kicks are those?
Those are Adidas high tops. Those are regular baseball cleats.
Okay.
The color pattern's a little bit different though. There is some white and some black.
They look
Um,
like Asics, like the old Asics. Remember that, like
yeah,
Yu
yeah,
Darvish
yeah.
wore the
Pattern.
Asics. That's a
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I really
I like
like
them.
those cleats right there though. I throw in those a lot. Usually throwing all whites, throwing in the blacks isn't all that regular. For me, I usually go all white and then grays. But I kind of like those high top cleats. They're like, everybody calls them my ankle boots. They like to joke with me. But I mean, they're really sturdy. The ground contact's good, which is very important to be pitching and stuff. But I like the heck out of the high top cleats.
So no orange in them. And then also, I thought maybe Asics, you were welcoming your new teammate that you guys just signed. You know anything about what's it?
Shugano.
Shigano?
Yeah.
Have you talked to him? Have you sent him a text?
I have not. So the first time I got to play with a Japanese player was 2 seasons ago, and it was Shintaro Fujinami. Awesome, super cool guy. Threw absolute fuzz. I think he got up to 104 with us, maybe.
Whoa.
Dude, he threw hard. But yeah, super cool culture because they respect the heck out of anybody and everybody. You know, talking to the translators and everything is really fun. Which he knew a little bit of English, so it was fun to talk to him and kind of ask him some stuff. But yeah, definitely excited about our new teammate and kind of seeing how he is in the clubhouse and how he goes out there and pitches. But yeah, it's definitely cool. The Japanese culture is pretty cool when it comes to baseball players.
Yeah. I'm excited for you guys. Another one to add to the rotation. All right, so let's finish with this. What do you got? Any big plans for the holidays? Did you do or have any trips?
So thankfully, all of my family and all of my wife's family live here in the hometown of Nacogdoches, Texas. So Christmas is actually done here at my house. And so we have to travel from nowhere. So yeah, that'll be cool. Opening Christmas presents in the house, having all the friends and family come over, eat, stuff like that. Excited for it for sure. Christmas is definitely my favorite holiday.
Yeah, because you get presents. That's why you like it.
Yeah, presents. And I get to watch the movie Elf on repeat twice a day, every day, and nobody can really say something to me about it because it is Christmas season. So
That's good.
True or false? Best Christmas movie is Die Hard.
false. Elf. Elf and then Home Alone. Elf and then Home
Okay.
Alone. For sure.
What
That's a good
planes,
one,
trains,
too.
and automobiles?
That's a good one too.
Or is that Thanksgiving? I forget. But anyways, all right. So before you go, I want to know this because people always ask me this. What's your contract? You're still pre-arb, right, for next year?
Yeah. So
Do they? Is there? Because it used to. I know it's different now, but is there any negotiations that happen? Because I remember when I was pre-arb, you kind of go to the team and say, "Oh, I had a really good year. I made the All-Star team or whatever it is. Can you throw me 50,000? I mean, obviously it'd be more than that for you, but can you throw me 50,000 more bucks?" And they'd say no, and then you'd be like, "Oh, I can't really do anything about it." And then they would just what we called renew your contract, where actually like when I think one year I was like 250 and the minimum was 240, and I didn't agree to it, and they renewed me at 240, so it cost me 10 grand, but it supposedly was going to help me in arbitration. So is there any of that now, or you just kind of get what you get and there's no arguing or negotiation?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I don't, not that aware that goes on with anybody else. I know I haven't done that. Yeah, it's really kind of, pre-arb, you're showing up to play ball. I mean, obviously, you worry about all the contract stuff maybe down the road. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, for me, it's just making sure I'm ready, making sure I show up, get to spring training, start chunking the heck out of the rock and take care of business on the field and let my agent or, whoever worry about that on down the road.
Exactly.
Okay. Don't forget, I get an at-bat this year. Just saying.
Yeah, that's cool. You better wear catcher's gear, dude. I'm wild, especially when you get in the box. So
I cannot wait. AJ at Sarasota.
Let's do it.
yeah.
As long as the trainer's got ice for him.
O's will give you permission.
The O's don't care. I guarantee you this. The hitters If he has to throw a live BP and it's not one of their hitters, the hitters will thank me
Right.
because they don't got to stand in there.
That's true.
So all the hitters will be for it.
You're a hired gun.
That's what I do. I'm like,
Yeah,
David
dude,
Cohen.
I felt really bad last year, dude. We were doing lives. Tony Taters gets in the box. First pitch just yanked Heater right into his thigh, dude. I felt so bad because it is practice. But listen, the thing that I was working on that day was pitching in, and lefty gets in the box. I wanted to start working on going into lefties. You know, Tony gets in the box, switch hitter, and bam, smoked him right on the thigh. And I will say I did feel a little bit bad, about it because it wasn't a practice situation. And he went and sat in the golf cart. Some of those hitters, like they're so big time, they get to take golf carts around the complex. But yeah, he did. He had to go sit in the golf cart, take a little break, and then he got back after it. So, I got to tip my hat to him for being a tough guy. But yeah, I did feel a little bit bad when I smoked him in live BP last year.
And then he hit 44 home runs. So steak dinner.
You got him hot.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm right.
Yeah, so maybe those 44 homers were because of me. Maybe one or two of those, I don't know. I'm going to look at the 44, though, in total, and I'm going to say that's because of me. I'll claim it. It's all right.
Exactly. He wouldn't change. I can tell you this. Anthony Santander would not change a thing about 2024. So
no doubt.
He will do well. Yeah, he's going to get paid. Well deserved. Well, Grayson, awesome catching up with you, dude. Appreciate the time. It's always good to catch up. And also, I liked you bringing the heat to AJ right off the jump. We need more of that. So hopefully other players that watch all the time get some inspiration. But enjoy the holidays, dude, with the fam.
Thank you. Y'all too.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.